OJ, I'm going to ask you a few questions here about just your personal influence and how you got your start playing music and things. I think a lot of people are really interested in that sort of thing. So, who were some of your favorite bands growing up, and who made you want to start playing guitar and get into music?
Well, it happened around junior high, and I think that's normally when kids like get from the point where they're just hearing the music in the background, and then they start like, oh my God, this is changing my life. But obviously, Metallica was, which is probably everybody's default answer around my age.
Yeah.
I remember hearing Rise of Lightning and Disposable Heroes, and it just flipped the switch. And that's back when Metallica was just awesome. I had a Metallica shrine on my wall, like all the Hit Parader pictures that Ross Halfland took was all over my wall. So I'd have to say Metallica got me started. But then a lot of the other Bay Area thrash bands, Testament is still one of my biggest influences, vocally and guitar playing. Like, if I have to name the top 5 singers, Chuck Billy would be in there. And then if I name my top 5 guitar players, Eric Peterson would be in there too. Testament's big. And you can hear that in our music, I think, a lot. Because Tony is a very big Alex Colton fan. So we rip off Testament probably more than the band that we rip off. And I still listen to a lot of Forbidden, Gothic Slam, Cyclone Temple, which these are bands that really never got super big. I love Suicidal Tendencies, stuff like that. So that was the big influence when I was younger to get into it.
Cool. So you never were really into the big rock star thing, then? You were just more about shredding and giving it hell, right?
Yeah. I mean, I grew up in a really small town in southern West Virginia, and we had to drive an hour north of Charleston, which is our the main capital here, to get tape. And so we were very cut off from what was going on. But my mom, bless her heart, she knew I liked music, so she went and opened up a record store in my town when I was in like 9th grade. So I was able to literally like look through the magazines and pick out CDs of bands I'd never heard of, and they'd get shipped to our store, and I'd get a copy. So I remember getting a promo copy of Cowboys from Hell before it came out, and a promo copy of Beneath the Remains, Sepultura, and stuff. So I was getting all this cool shit sent to me, and it was just brain overload.
That is incredible.
So, yeah. So
awesome.
I delved so deep into that stuff, and I locked myself up all the way through high school. We lived in a double-wide trailer, and I locked my room, and I would just sit there and study these bands. Like, how are they so fast and good?
Yeah. So you said that your mom bought a record store just pretty much because you loved music and just to kind of go with you on that?
It was weird. Like, she had owned a flower shop and got out of that and made a good amount of money doing that. And then she wanted to do something different. I had a stepfather at that time, and he was into heavy metal. So I think he coerced her into, let's start a record store. It did really cool there for a while, but then we realized we was Bible Belt and everybody liked country down there. So, and our store literally was stocked with like shirts of Death, and, like band Death and Megadeth shirts and stuff. So I mean, it quickly faded, but I was inundated all from 9th grade to 12th grade, all this music. When a lot of my friends around there had never even heard of them, and I think it gave me a good edge, and I was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. So,
oh yeah, no doubt. Well, that's cool, man. So how many years do you think you were playing guitar before starting to play in bands and things like that?
Oh, I think I played for like a year, and then I joined. We formed a high school band. Me and my skate friends, like we would all just skate, and listen to DRI and Suicidal and stuff like that. And we was like, let's form a band. And somehow, like, we all picked instruments, and everybody was really good at them. So we had a pretty good band going, but I was the bass player at that time. And then our friend was a singer, and he quit showing up to practice. I think he got a girlfriend in high school.
It happens.
I started yeah, it happened. So I started singing at practice, and they were like, "Wow, you can sing and play at the same time. That's cool." And then I just started doing it. So I've been in bands probably since I was 10th grade. So